Welcome to Food and Loathing, a podcast where people who have figured out a way to earn a living eating in Las Vegas talk about what they've been eating. There are three of us this week, your normal co-hosts, myself, Al Mancini, and the one and only Gemini Stevens, and we are joined by veteran Las Vegas food writer Don Chareunsy. Did I pronounce that right, Don?
You might be the first person in my life to ever pronounce it correctly. Congratulations.
I think I used to mispronounce it worse than anybody else. So I used to. Well, let's not even go there. So Don, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
And you're here to celebrate a new gig, right?
I am. We have quietly relaunched VegasPublicity.com, so I'm excited to be back out there in Las Vegas talking about food, celebrities, nightlife, music, entertainment, everything. Okay,
well, before we head into everything, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but let's just get through what we're doing so people know what's coming up. This is an interesting podcast because normally we have like way too many interviews, right?
Right.
Like we just have so much shit. But
And we're saying, people, we enjoy it. We're lucky to have it.
Yeah, no, we love it, man. We love it. But I mean, that's what I love about this podcast is we interview more people than anybody out there ever interviews. So the thing is, this week, there's a holiday weekend in between, and Gemini was out of town, and I was not going to the motherfucking Strip on a holiday weekend. I mean, it was just like, so we don't have a ton to talk about. We don't have a lot of interviews either this week, but that's why we brought Don in, because he is one of our favorite people on the planet, and I know he's going to have cool shit to talk to us about.
Right?
But before we get started, we do have the show. Oh, where are we coming to these people from?
I was going to say.
We got to start with that. Gemini, tell everybody where we are.
We are coming to you from Havana, 1957, in the Flamingo. It's in that cool, like, hallway mall area near the animal sanctuary, in between here and the Link.
Yeah,
so it's super easy to get to.
What happened to those fucking penguins? I was out there looking for the penguins
flamingos?
today. No, the flamingos are still out there, right? And I love the garden.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they've brought it back, but I haven't been out there in a long time to see how big.
There used to be Antarctic penguins, and I'll tell you how I know this, because I used to have a friend that we used to party with that had a apartment just like one block behind us, right? So we would get fucked up, and then about the time that the sun was coming up, we would come over here and we'd look at birds, because that's what you want to do.
Right?
When you're wasted. So I knew where they all were, man. I knew like where the black swan was. I knew where the flamingos were.
My God.
And I knew where the penguins were. And today I got here a little early and I can't find the motherfucking penguins. So maybe it just got too hot for them.
Right? Well, I'm excited because we're going to talk to them about some lunch specials, some happy hour stuff. And
Chef's going to come out?
Chef's going to come out and give us a chat. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, cool. And Don, you've been here before, right?
I have. I attended the grand opening in January.
I saw you there.
Right. And then returned a few months later for dinner, and it was just fantastic. It's exciting to have our one and only Cuban restaurant on the Strip. You know, we always love that, and I love the food, the cocktails, the vibe, the live entertainment. It's a great spot.
Yeah.
I know. We're sitting in what you would call a back corner. Like if you want a quiet corner of this place, because it's a very large space.
It is.
And it opens right out onto the walkway with the birds across the hallway from it. But there's a fucking band stage in the round in the middle of the room, right? So like it's just wherever you are.
That way there's no bad seat.
There's no bad seats. You're looking, I mean, from here we'd be looking at the front of the drummer but the back of the piano player maybe. I don't know. But yeah, no, this is a cool place. Cuban food. I've never been to Cuba, man. I've been to Miami. I've had good Cuban food down there. I don't know that I'm able to say whether it's authentic or not, but it's fucking good, everything I've had here so far, and hopefully we're going to have some more.
I'm so excited.
We should throw a shout out to Rich Johnson. He's on the back end doing all the production that he normally does. Gemini's been doing pre-production, on-site engineering this time around, all sorts of fun shit. So yeah, we're mixing things up. We've got a happy hour report from Andrew Morgan. We've got the chef from this restaurant coming out to join us. But you know, what we always do first is talk about where we've been dining. But before we even get to that, I want to know about Don's new project. Don, so tell me about this new website you're running.
Well, it was previously owned by someone else, and so my new employer purchased it, so VegasPublicity.com. Despite the name, it's not about PR. It is definitely about Las Vegas entertainment.
Okay.
So it's what I've done for 17 years in Las Vegas, you know, celebrities, food, nightlife, music, entertainment. But we're also going to be talking about gaming and casinos as well, and have a convention calendar. So it's really it's informational as well as editorial.
Cool. And that's up now? Up and running?
We soft launched yesterday, so a quiet launch. We want to work out the bugs for another week or so before I do some promotion for it. But
okay.
Yeah.
And look, they're bringing over some soda, some water, no food yet. We should tell people, though, you are one of the OGs of entertainment reporting in this town.
Alongside you.
I mean, food, I used to do entertainment. You're right. In the olden days, I used to do a lot of music. But, man, you've worked with John Katz. You've worked with Robin Leach. You've worked with, pretty much anybody who's anybody in Las Vegas. You've been their editor. You've been, and you just know all the players. So for you, running your own project makes a ton of sense. Of course, you had Vegas Prime Magazine pretty recently that you were running.
Right.
We all know the media landscape here in Las Vegas. It can be tough going.
Right. No regrets with Vegas Prime Magazine. I mean, we were there for a year. We published 22 issues.
Yeah.
Damn.
Great. I know. I mean, that happens when you do one every 2 weeks. So great on my resume. Met great people. Just, I love Las Vegas 17 years later. Working with Robin Leach, was a dream. Katz is still, continuing the legacy. And this is such an interesting city, a unique, vibrant city. It was called the entertainment capital of the world for a long time. Now you could argue it's a dining capital. It's
Absolutely.
also a sports capital. Who would have thought that? So
yeah,
it's an exciting time.
When people have been around as long as we have, I always like to say, how has the city changed since you started? But, you just hit on it. I mean, there's so many things. Well, you're wearing a Sphere shirt right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying we wouldn't have gotten the Backstreet Boys or whoever the fuck that is on that shirt, but we wouldn't have had that kind of performance,
Right.
We would have had it's just everything has fucking changed in the time we've both been here.
Right. So for me, it's been very exciting to see the success of the Backstreet Boys at Sphere Las Vegas. I was there opening night. I'm a lifelong fan, so I was already sold. But the production of the show, I tell everyone it's one of my top 5 concerts that I've ever seen in 30 years of journalism. But honestly, it's probably my number 1 because I love them, and the production was just insane. It was incredible.
I love the idea of going to the Sphere, and then every time I try to buy tickets, I'm like, I don't love the idea of going to the Sphere that fucking much. I mean, I've told you, I've seen you two a bunch of times. I don't want to spend that kind of money. I was all psyched to go. I know we're off on a tangent here, but we've got Don, and I want to talk about everything. I wanted to go see The Wizard of Oz, and then I saw the motherfucking prices on Wizard of Oz tickets, and I was like, unless they've got Pink Floyd reuniting to do Dark Side of the Moon as the music in the background, I just can't justify that kind of money to see that movie. Right. But have you been?
Or bring back Judy Garland somehow.
Oh my God, right?
Just proper corpse up there, man. I'll take it.
Wow.
We have jumped the shark.
Yeah, we have. I have not seen it, and I would love to see it, but it's not. It's a little bit too rich for my blood. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would need to own Wizard of Oz memorabilia and sell it in order to be able to see this fucking production, Right. Like Toto's corpse.
Oh my God.
Well, they're all dead. What do you want from me, man? The movie's 150 fucking years old. They're dead, okay? Sorry if you didn't know that.
We have Wicked now to make up for it, so we should be okay.
Yeah. Yes, Wicked. So, Don, you've listened to this podcast. You've been on this podcast before. We're going to do a big interview in the center with the chef. I hope you're going to be joining us for that. But we like to start about where we've been dining, what new restaurants we've been hitting. So do you want to get us started this week, man? Anything good that you've had recently?
Yeah, I would love to. This is really funny. So as we head into fall, we're just weeks away and, into autumn. This summer for me in Las Vegas has been really about Thai and Laotian flavors.
Oh.
And it's very exciting because I'm Thai and Laotian.
And you're working on a new Thai list for Neon Feast for me, right?
I am.
Yeah,
I am. I might be a little bit behind, but that's definitely on my to-do list. But just and beyond Thai and Laotian too, this has been a summer of Asian flavors for me. I could, I love steakhouses, I love seafood, but I could eat Asian food 7 days a week.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And Thai is really up there. But what I will say, and this is funny because as I was driving to do this podcast with you, one of my first conversations when I met you in 2008, Al, is the fact that you don't like buffets.
Yeah.
That was one big thing, and I get it. They're not for everyone, but, my brother lives here. He's my partner in crime in a lot of media.
Oh, man, yes.
He's as well known as me, if not more well known.
I mean, I see him at events that you're not at, man.
Right?
Charlie's there, man.
I do send him to events on my behalf just because we have an embarrassment of riches here in terms of culinary.
Yeah.
But so one thing that's just brand new is the 888 Japanese BBQ chain. There's one in Chinatown. They also have 888 Robata and Sushi Grill near Virgin Hotels and Gangnam Barbecue. So they just opened their second location, 888 Japanese Barbecue Encore in Henderson on Friday.
And how was it?
And I went on Saturday night. And considering it was the second night of service, line out the door.
It's amazing.
People love, like me and my brother, we love our value. You know, we'll pay $50 to do all you can eat.
Yep.
It's still good quality, and we're going to leave full.
Hey, speaking of food and good quality, Chef is here. Chef, could you introduce yourself? Your first name is Michael. You're Michael Torres, correct?
Yep. I'm Chef Michael Torres, exec chef here at Havana.
Okay, awesome. We're going to have you out to speak in detail, but you're putting food down in front of us right now. Oh, this smells so good. Could you tell people what you've brought out for us?
This is our ham croquette with our cilantro aioli, and these are our truffle yuca fries.
One more coming right now.
Our guacamole and chips, and these are all on our lunch special menu.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, and we'll have you back in a few minutes. I'm sorry. So you went to Japanese Steakhouse.
It was 888 Japanese Barbecue Encore. It's in the former location of Lucky Fu. I think some sort of I can't think of the word right now. The lounge where you smoke pipe bombs.
Hookah.
Hookah. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
So from the hookah lounge.
Or Opium Den. I don't know.
Opium Den.
It was called Opium Den. I remember their ramen. No, that's someone else. Never mind. Wow, too many restaurants. But it's off 215 in Eastern. So, I mean, that was great. You know, this summer, I really loved Blue Orchid Thai Kitchen. I know they're going through a lot right now, but I just love that family and that Thai kitchen. Henderson got its first Lao restaurant, Laos Asia. I'm getting the names wrong. Sorry, I'm recording this.
No
it's
problem.
Lao Kitchen from out of San Diego. And just for me, a couple of weeks ago, I went to lunch at Lao Kitchen off of Durango, near another new place, Durango Social Club. We've got to call it Dan Cromer there.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you,
Have you been into Durango Social Club?
I went the opening weekend. I sound like I'm name dropping, but I loved it.
I fucking loved it. I have said that, it's hard to tell when something just starts off and it's that far outside of what people are used to doing in the neighborhood. But I believe that if Dan keeps it on track, doing what I've seen him do so far, you're saying you saw him do a great job. I think if they continue with the direction they're going, this idea of just 2 or 3 nights a week, one seating, fine dining, tasting menu that changes whenever Dan feels like changing it, but at least once a month. And I think that could be a really, really special restaurant on the West Side.
I agree. I'm a longtime fan of Other Mama. And so going into it, everything is going to be great. And every course, you could tell there was meticulous detail and care. Every bite was delicious. It was nice to be off the Strip too. And I love the Strip, but it's nice to be off the Strip.
Yeah, well, you got what do you got in your mouth there?
I've got ham croqueta in my mouth, and it's amazing.
It's a good ham croqueta.
It's very good. That cilantro aioli is nice too. So with all of these Asian flavors this summer, where am I getting the best laksa in town? Because I'm a fanatic, and I have not had great laksa.
That is an excellent question.
Putting you on the spot, man. That's me eating a chip, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
I have to think about that. It's funny because this question has come up in conversation recently about really good Indian food in Las Vegas, and honestly, I don't have an answer. I don't know if that's always been at the forefront or a strength for Las Vegas. I don't know.
Well, I used to work with Max Jacobson, and Max used to tell people when they should say, "Where do I go for good Indian food?" He'd tell them London.
Right.
Which wasn't a particularly helpful fucking suggestion.
Not really, but...
Gemini, man, have you been eating any place
I
recently?
just got here this morning, man. I rolled off the plane at 7:30 this morning, and here I am. So I am happy to go off on tangents and talk about Don and all these other stuff, because I have nothing to contribute this week other than getting us here.
Have you been into Durango Social Club yet?
I have not. I want to do it so badly, but my schedule has not allowed me yet. But in the next few weeks, I'm definitely going to be getting myself some seats.
Okay. Now, they're arriving with some beverages now. We got one of them in a fucking coconut with it's branded for the place. We've got other in mason jar mugs. And, I was going to ask him what he was dropping at the table. But so drink up, everybody. So you haven't been there. You've got
Not
to get
yet.
to Durango Social.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Jennifer, you listening? Get her in there. Okay, well, I went to a few places, even though it was a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
And I didn't, do a ton. But I attended a big party for the relaunch of Click Lounge in the Cosmopolitan. I've always liked Click. If you're into a casino lounge, it's sexy, it's energetic, it's right off the casino floor. But you can pull the curtains, you can make it a little more private, which is a nice thing about Click. But I guess they've been closed and did a total renovation,
That's
right?
what I heard,
and
yeah.
the place looks fantastic. I don't know what's changed because, if you're in a lounge, you're not really looking around at much. But I haven't been in there since I judged a cocktail competition. And it looked nice then, but it looked super nice at this party.
Okay.
So thank you, Click Lounge. If you are a cocktail people, go check it out. It's had a total makeover. I was there with Andrew Morgan, actually. So he had a cocktail, I had a mocktail. But it was, honest to God, it was an influencer scene, which is mostly just beautiful women, which I am not. Dressed to impress, which I rarely do unless I'm in a Michelin star restaurant or something. And they were all these hot women dressed to impress being filmed as they sipped cocktails in a cool lounge.
Yeah.
Which was a great setting for it. But I get tired of those things after a while. Like everybody's brought their fucking lighting crew
it's
with
too much.
them. And Don, you know what I'm
agree.
talking about, right? Like I feel like we are backdrops and annoying backdrops for a lot of people's content creation.
Right. I mean, that's why we're the old guard. We still remember print and websites.
Absolutely.
I love a lot of them, but it's.
Oh yeah, I
it's a lot.
respect them and I respect what they do, but it's a totally different thing. I mean, thank God. You know how like ugly bands used to say thank God they were around before MTV because nobody knew how ugly they were? Thank God I was writing about food before you had to put your face on everything that you
Face
did.
for radio.
Yeah, I got a face for radio. But anyway, man, congrats to our friends at Click and to all the beautiful people that got video shot there. Andrew Morgan and I also paid a visit to Amari at Uncommons to enjoy their happy hour, which we were supposed to meet with an old friend of mine. Motherfucker never showed, but, that happens. In the meantime, I love the happy hour at Amari. We did, what did we get? Happy hour bites. Shrimp scampi, which is like 4 decent-sized shrimps.
Okay.
In tomato uni butter.
Oh, hell yes.
Fucking fantastic. Not enough Italian chefs use sea urchin in this town. It is an Italian ingredient. Some of you need to get off your asses and do that more. A salami and cheese plate was good. That was $15. Those shrimp, by the way, $8. And then, honestly, the best dish. They do that herb focaccia over there, and you get it as an appetizer, and they change up what they put on it. Because we saw these women next to us eating it, this herb focaccia, and they had just ladled on this garlic miso cream with Parmesan.
Oh, hello.
So fucking good. It's a $5 happy hour dish.
Wow.
Right? I mean, okay, it's bread with some stuff, but
but there's
it's
some
really
good stuff on there. Yeah.
And if I'm going to pay for bread, I want good stuff. And that was really, really fucking good. There's also some news about our Amari. We may have that. I'm not 100% sure. I think they got a pizza thing going on. Did anybody else see that?
No.
I'll look that up before we get to the news section, see what I can find. Where else did I go, man? NeNe Contemporary Japanese Bistro. This is normally one of my favorite places to go for sushi and sashimi. It's way the fuck on the west side, kind of by that big, where 215 meets the Flamingo, and there's all that shit in there, and there's an athletic club, and there's everything. That's where NeNe is, and I've always liked it because they have really crazy cuts of fish that you don't usually find in the suburbs at very, very reasonable prices. I'm talking about chutoro nigiri at $4, otoro for $5, salmon saba, things like that for $2 a piece. It's usually very good quality. It's usually very well cut. This time I would say it was mediocre quality. I mean, I was happy to eat it, and I don't eat questionable sushi. I'm not one of those people.
No.
So it made my standards for eating. I was happy with it, but I was not going to rave about it. If I was paying normal prices for those cuts, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
If I was paying what chutoro and otoro really cost, I would be pissed with what I got. At those prices, still good, but I'm hoping that this was just like a one-off. Like somebody called in sick that day and the guy behind the counter didn't know how to cut the fish or some shit like that, because I go to this restaurant usually about once every 4 to 6 weeks. It's always fantastic. I'm just throwing it out there that I had a less than perfect experience at a place that normally gives me fantastic, perfect experiences. So keep your eyes open. I just want to know if it becomes a trend because they're on
Maybe
Neon
I'll hit
Feast,
it while I'm here because I'm due a visit.
Yeah, let me know because they are on Neon Feast and we love sending people over there. But, if things start going downhill, that's why we eat at all these places. So, I think that's about it. And I think we're getting ready. Yeah, anything else, Gemini?
We've got a bunch of stuff coming up in the news, of course. But before we do that, we are going to be joined by Havana 1957's Michael Torres. You heard him briefly when he was dropping off our food. We're going to get into that interview in just a second. This is Food and Loading.
As promised, Chef Michael Torres joining us for this section. Chef, thanks so much for everything. Oh, man, still more food coming.
Oh, my God.
Okay, just drop the food. That is the biggest that burger is like, it's like a cartoon burger.
That thing is like 8 inches tall.
Yeah, that's like, wow. Okay, Chef. Let's start talking about what we've eaten already, right? Those fritters, those yuca fritters are fantastic. What else do we have here?
We had the truffle yuca fritters are super tasty.
Yeah, really, really cool.
The guacamole and the chips.
Yeah.
And we had the ham and cheese croquetas.
Oh, I love those croquetas as well. Yes, one of the things I did, make sure to get when I was in Miami and I wanted to go to Mexican restaurants. I think I had them at Versailles, the big restaurant down in Miami, I think, right? Yeah. But Chef, tell us about those 3 dishes that we just had.
Well, the croquettes is it's a street-style food from Havana, and it's a blend of bechamel mixed with different ingredients, sometimes ham, beef, sometimes seafoods, and then it's deep fried. It's very traditional. Here we have the ham and the chicken.
Okay, cool. And
I love the umami on that too. It was really smooth, but it wasn't super, super rich that you had to cut it with too much. Yeah. And that aioli was really good, but they also didn't need the aioli, so you have a choice. It's very really well flavored. Yeah.
Don, a favorite so far?
The croquettes.
The croquettes? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But I really do like everything.
Yeah.
I know you were just saying. I thought you were saying that you like those fritters too, right? That you've had that. I'm sorry, that the yuca that was one of your favorites when you came last time, right?
I would call that an all-time favorite. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My personal favorite. I choose the yuca.
Tell people what yuca is, right? I know this is a food podcast, and everybody wants to pretend they know everything, but we're here to educate people regardless of what they know. Could you talk about what yuca actually is?
It's a root vegetable, and it's really, really hard to cook. It's very fibrous, and it takes a long time to cook, so we'll cook it in a pressure cooker for 4 or 5 hours so it's nice and tender, and then we'll fry them up, usually garlic butter or something like that.
That's amazing.
Before you bring the next 2 things out, tell us a little bit about, I know they're at the table next to us, they're already here, but tell us a little bit about your background, Chef. Where have you worked before you were working here?
So I was working at Nusret Salt Bay Steakhouse.
Okay, yeah.
I was there for a couple of years. I've been all around town, different properties as a banquet chef. I've worked in catering, and it's a lot of my background.
Cool. When you were working for Nusret, did you have to make sexy videos of you molesting this steak or anything for social media?
No, he was very... he didn't share that spotlight.
No,
that
was all him, huh? He was the only bay at the Salt.
That's
okay.
right.
Cool. What's your experience with Cuban food?
Just eating it.
Sorry?
Eating it.
Okay, eating it, yeah.
So I got a really great chef mentor who's kind of taught me a lot, and I'm learning all the flavor profiles, and it's really nice working with these guys. Found a new home. And
How did you get drawn into the Cuban food? Was it through the chef, or did you find the chef through the desire to check out something new?
I actually worked for this organization before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the other properties, and opportunity came up, and here I am.
Very cool. Very cool. What do you like? Talk about the vibe here at the Flamingo. The Flamingo is one of the oldest resorts here in Las Vegas. As we've talked about, it's got, the crazy birds over there, although the penguins are missing for some reason. I'm upset. But, this is I don't know. I feel like this is a middle America kind of resort. Like, everybody comes to the Flamingo.
Yeah.
There's something for just about everybody.
I love walking through here on my way in and way out. You see all different kinds of people. It's always a good vibe. This restaurant in particular, being across from the exhibit, the birds out there, it's a good, nice fit to walk into that. Here, it's from as soon as you hear the music and you see the people, they're dancing at their tables. On the weekends, we have the live entertainment, and she just like draws them in from all over the casino.
Yeah.
It really is like...
Yeah, who is the entertainer that you have in on weekends? Or is it different people every time?
I'm not familiar with her name, but she comes pretty frequently.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. But yeah, what kind of music do they play?
It's just a variety of old, new and old hits that she's put her own kind of Latin swing on it.
Yeah, very cool, man. Very cool. I love that you have this the stage right in the middle of the restaurant there, you know. What else have you brought us? There are 3 massive, huge plates of food now competing with the appetizers on the table for room.
Okay, here, this is our Havana fried chicken. There you go.
Havana fried chicken. Not a place that most people traditionally associate with fried chicken. I don't know. I always
fried rice?
I'm always thinking either Kentucky or Korean when people are talking fried chicken. So
right.
I love the fact that we're getting some Cuban fried chicken here. I'm trying to take some pictures, a little dark back here, but okay, so we got the Havana fried chicken. What kind of fried rice is that?
The Cuban
fried
fried
rice.
What goes into Cuban fried rice?
So back sometime around the 1850s, there was a huge influx of Chinese immigrants into Cuba.
Okay.
And this is where that sort of style cuisine came from. It was the merging of those 2 cultures. And this is one of them. It's pretty much like a traditional fried rice with Cuban ingredients. We have the plantains and yuca and other things in there.
Yeah, the menu says jasmine fried rice with smoked ham, roasted chicken, ginger, Thai basil, cilantro, carrots, green onions, sesame oil, soy sauce, sweet plantains, and a fried egg.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Really good.
And chicken's pretty good, too.
Yeah, I bet.
I just want to make sure I got some skin. I mean, it is not a heavy breading or anything on it as a fried chicken.
Oh, and I like that you can choose between light and dark meat.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is our 1957 Havana chicken. It's our like staple dish here. The marinade was from Chef's family private recipe. It's marinated in this citrus herb mixture for 72 hours. And that's what goes into our roast chicken. And then our roast chicken then becomes the fried chicken. And it's tossed in a pineapple, cilantro, lime glaze.
What I really like about it is you can tell it's been marinated because you're not getting just the flavor off the skin, right? Off the top of it. The meat all the way through is just really, really flavorful. And what are these rice and beans I got as my side on that?
So this is our moro rice. It's with bacon, beans, culantro, a couple other vegetables, and it's congri, as they call it. So very staple ingredients.
Okay.
One of our best things to serve.
Oh, what's this giant hamburger? This is like a Dagwood or Blondie thing from
it's taller
before my day.
I think it's taller than your glass,
Yeah.
your soda glass.
So traditional American burger and a Cuban sandwich, had a baby, and there it is.
I love that.
Oh, man. So what are all the ingredients then?
We got the lettuce, tomatoes, and our beef patty. And then we got our slow roasted pork, ham, Swiss, pickles, and Dijon.
Wow. Now, does anybody ever actually just pick this up and put it in their mouth? Because I will try, but it would be a messy scene if I try.
It would be everywhere.
I did try.
You do try?
I do try.
Okay, somebody get their camera. I'm going to try. Gemini,
God.
make sure you take a picture. I know you're eating that chicken, right? And it's fucking good.
It is, but we're going to see if Al can get even close.
See if I can get anywhere near this burger in my mouth. Okay, there's the burger. Wow. Okay, what can we do? I'm squishing it. I'm smushing it. Ah.
Not bad.
Good effort.
Unbelievable. And that is popping with flavors if you do
Wow.
that, man. Everything hitting you all at once.
That's amazing.
I think I just ate an entire lunch in that one bite.
I think you might have, yeah.
Packing it down.
Yep.
And this chicken is phenomenal. It's super tender. It's juicy. Yeah, oh my God. And that glaze is gorgeous. So much flavor in just everything.
Yeah. So what's the most popular dish on the menu, Chef?
It would be the Havana chicken, the 1957 chicken. It's got the plantains, the chicken, and comes with rice and beans.
Okay.
So
Cool. You also sent out some cocktails or mocktails. I'm not sure which they were. We got these in the mason jars. Then you got this funky pina colada thing in the coconut that's branded, which that's really nice. Nice coconut glass.
Pina colada, I believe.
So what can you tell us about any of them? Anything, or is this not your department?
Well, this is our traditional mojito here.
Okay.
One of our we have like 8 or 9 different mojito styles. The key to this one is that everything is really fresh and organic.
Yeah.
So the mint, the sugar, the lime, soda, the rum, even the sugar cane.
Cane sugar.
Yeah.
God bless it.
Amazing.
Yeah, this mojito is very fresh, very mint forward, and that's a very positive thing.
Absolutely.
It's really refreshing. And
Cool.
Yeah, and the pina colada is fun because it at first it comes off like a tiki drink because you've got such really great fruit with that coconut, and so at first I thought it was one of the tiki drinks because of the dole thing in the middle. But what I also like about it is it's a slow melting sort of iced drink, crushed iced drink, and so you just as you sip it, you just get a little bit more of that cocktail down at the bottom, just coming out and super refreshing. I want to just point something out. With everything we've had, when anybody else comes here, you can get 3 of these courses, or 2 that we've already talked about, and a dessert for only $29.95.
So, like, what would you put together for $29.95?
Oh,
Give me
I
an
think
example.
I would go for. I think I would go for the yucca fries.
Yep.
And the Cuban burger. But then I would do separately. I might do the croquettes with the traditional sandwich because I am a sucker for a good Cuban sandwich.
Okay, I'm trying, by the way, to get some of this fried rice
Yeah.
out of here. I'm making a big old mess. I'm going to break that egg on the top. There's a nice...
But yeah, so you get a
Beautiful
choice of
egg.
one of the 3 appetizers. You get a choice of 5 mains, including a chicken chop salad, the Cuban sandwich, the fried rice that we're trying, the fried chicken, the burger, and you still get a dessert on top of that.
I mean, that's some value-conscious meal. Everybody's always telling me how, there's nothing inexpensive on the Strip.
Right.
And I'm not buying it, man. Honestly,
No.
I think it's we need people to take advantage of these things
They've
on the
got
Strip.
classic cocktails for $10. You can get a mojito, a daiquiri, margaritas. They've got different flavors.
That's during lunchtime or all the time?
I think that's all the time.
Lunchtime?
Yeah, this is our lunch special.
Oh, okay.
everything I brought out.
Thank you.
And
No, but the cocktail
Oh, the
menus.
cocktail.
Are those special lunch prices or are those regular prices?
That's regular.
Okay.
That's
well, hell,
amazing.
that's ridiculously low. For
Yeah,
the
and then
Strip,
they've
man.
got a few tiki cocktails for $11, and then mocktails, which are really well done. This strawberry cucumber lemonade is fantastic, and it's $8. And these are big glasses.
So, Chef, what's the vibe like here during lunch compared to during dinner and on weekends compared to the weekdays? Like, is this, you mentioned, like, this is a place you want to come if you're on a bachelorette party and you want to dance on your tables kind of vibe? Is that the deal?
This past weekend, I think we had 4 bachelorette parties.
Okay.
Weddings coming through. The lunches are very, casual, calm. The music is a good vibe, but you can have a business meeting. Here we are doing this. And as we get into dinner time, the music starts to pick up. The energy starts coming in, and you see everyone dressed and looking good and dancing on. They really have gotten on stage.
That's so funny. You know what, man? I got yelled at the Flamingo once for dancing on a table at a Sly Stone concert. But Sly was like 3 hours late, so I fucking was drunk. So,
Yeah, Al, that tracks for you.
yeah, it does track, doesn't it? One thing that's cool, too, I want to tell people about, as you're walking by, as you're basically leaving the casino area, the Flamingo, and you're heading out to the link, and then you're going to have those cool birds I told you about on the right, and you're going to see this restaurant on your left if you're leaving towards the link. There's a long-ass bar there.
Yeah, I like
right?
that.
And it's double-sided. So you don't even have to come into the restaurant to sit down and enjoy some of these cocktails. And can you order food up at that bar, too?
Sure can.
So you actually don't even have to
Drive-up
sit
sandwich
foot in the
bar.
restaurant.
If you just want to be one of those people that hangs out at the bar in the hallway, and I don't mean that as a bad thing. Some people don't want to go and sit in a restaurant and do all of that. Why not? You can belly up to the bar pretty easily. You walk right by it.
Yeah.
You get the music. You get the vibe. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And then you're out.
And then you're right next to Bugsy and Myers, too, right? Which is the steakhouse, which I've never had a chance to eat at. I tried to come during COVID, but I couldn't get a place to park my car. It was a weird thing. Chef, anything else people really need to know about this restaurant? We do have the menus in front of us. Gemini, we talked about what the prices were for those lunch specials, which are just unbelievable. But what if you're coming in for dinner? What's an entree? How do the entrees tend to run?
You're doing pretty good. You're looking, they've got roasted pork for $29. Ropa Vieja is one of my favorites. I think it translates to old clothes or something like that. It's a really great braised flank dish. They've got, vaca frita, crispy flank steak. They've got other things if you are, don't do well on spices or spicy or even certain ingredients. They've got things like fish and chips, garlic shrimp, skirt steak, center cut ribeye. They've got burgers and other sandwiches. Like, you just can't go wrong. And
Would you say you mentioned a steak? What's the steak price?
They've got a center cut ribeye for $65. It's a bone-in Angus ribeye with roasted potatoes, arugula, and chimichurri.
Okay, that's in keeping with what you pay for a steak on Las Vegas Boulevard, man. That's unbelievable from somebody who was here 20 years ago, like me and Don. But that's in keeping. So some great bargains, some great dishes. What else do we need to know, Chef? We talked about the entertainment. We've talked about the lunch special. You don't do breakfast, I'm guessing.
We do have breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Yep, we have a full breakfast menu.
Every day?
Every day.
Oh, my God.
8 to 11.
What? 8 to 11. Okay. Wow.
We do serve some breakfast items up until 4 p.m.
Oh, man, that's serious.
Here you go.
Legit.
Yeah, all day brunch. Blueberry granola bowl, buttermilk pancakes, a burrito. Oh, I've got to do that. Denver omelet, breakfast sandwich, something called the All-American. And these are anywhere from $16 to $25.
The days of the
and you get a lot of food.
Yeah. And this is all home cooked, family recipe kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this is nothing frozen from the bags, and we didn't deep fry it and just warm it up. Like you're cooking for your family. This is what this food is.
Yeah.
And this chicken's so good.
It's amazing.
But a lot of casinos don't have the 3-meal-a-day restaurant.
No, they don't.
It used to be like the casino coffee shop was like a staple.
Yeah.
To have a 3-meal restaurant and it's fucking Cuban food.
Right?
That's just so cool. With American staples if you want to.
Yeah.
That's just really fantastic, Chef. I'm loving it. Thanks so much, man. Who else has a question? Anything else we need to ask Chef before we let him go?
Just wanted to know what your favorite dish is.
I think what I eat more than anything else is our Cuban sandwich.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, we need to talk about Cuban sandwich.
Please. We are in the right place.
A Cuban sandwich is like the staple for anybody who's never been to Cuba when we think of Cuban food, right? And I don't know how legitimate it is in Cuba, but when I'm in Miami, everybody's selling Cuban sandwiches. What makes a great Cuban sandwich, Chef?
For me, my opinion, it's the bread. It has to be fluffy. It needs to have a crisp crust.
Yes.
And you balance the flavors of in between from the salty pork, roast pork, and the sweet ham, the Dijon, and the tartness from the pickle.
I was going to say, give me the pickles and the mustard.
I am not a pickle or mustard person.
Oh, wow.
But I take them off of everything. But here it is key. It is absolutely necessity that all of these flavors balance each other out. Into great, perfect bite.
Cheese or no cheese?
Cheese, Swiss.
Swiss, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah.
I've heard arguments about it, so I had to ask.
Yep. Do you have people come in and say like, "Oh, I'm from Cuba," or "I'm from Miami, probably"? And this isn't how my mom made it, or like, there are certain dishes that everybody wants to tell you that it's not authentic according to the way their grandma made it, or some shit like that. I would think that's a dish that a lot of people have an opinion on.
Surprisingly, I've never heard anyone try to question our Cuban sandwich.
Okay.
Good thing.
For my own, I was wondering where it came from, and I guess there was a dispute in Florida between Tampa and Miami. Was where the sandwich was actually developed. But I believe it's an American dish that kind of been taken over by the Cuban name.
Because it was created and brought to life basically by Cuban immigrants.
Yeah.
Like a lot of sandwiches.
Yep.
Something you can put together easily with ingredients you've already got, with dishes you already make. You put it between two things of bread, crisp it up, and go.
Well, the ingredients you already have if you keep two kinds of pig around your house, right? If you're a pig farmer, this is shit you already have. What's the significance of 1957? The restaurant is actually called Havana 1957, and I'm sorry that I don't know Cuban history well enough to know that. I'm just picturing scenes in The Godfather, to be honest.
Well, I think this is the last year of the freedom that they had.
Okay.
And the look of the restaurant, that kind of what you picture in your head of Cuba, and the colorfulness and that good time, always party and stuff like that. That's kind of when it transitions.
Yeah.
So
pre-Castro, basically.
Okay,
we're
yeah,
talking.
you said it. I don't.
Look, that's just an historic timeline. I'm not weighing in on whether communism works in Cuba or not. I didn't get a degree in economics. I don't give a shit, man. But well, cool, Chef. This has been absolutely fantastic. We're gonna pick at this as we wrap up the show. But thanks so much for your time. Thanks for the invitation to come in.
Great. Pleasure being here, and I'm glad you guys like the food.
Really nice meeting you. This has been fantastic.
Coming up, we have a happy hour report from Andrew Morgan and the news. This is Food and Loathing.
Need a restaurant recommendation? Then you need Neon Feast, the most convenient, most comprehensive, and most trustworthy collection of Las Vegas restaurant recommendations on the internet. Veteran food journalist Al Mancini, whom you might remember from, listening to this podcast, asked the city's top chefs, restaurateurs, critics, journalists, and influencers for their favorite spots in more than 100 categories. Why take the advice of an anonymous online wannabe or a paid influencer? Neon Feast will tell you where people in the industry send their family and friends for a great date night, to watch a big game, or get a taste of Old Vegas. Looking for a great steakhouse? You want a great burger? Maybe a little caviar? Need a place in Summerlin South, the Arts District, or Seven Hills? Las Vegas brings the neon. Local foodies provide the feast at neonfeast.com or the Neon Feast mobile app.
Oh, yeah, I know you want the news, but before you get the news, you're listening to that music, you want to know about happy hours, because it's that time of the show where we chat with Andrew Morgan of happyhourvegas.com, this town's #1 authority on the best happy hours in Las Vegas. Andrew, how the hell are you doing today?
We are doing really well. I'm particularly happy today, Al. Particularly happy. We're talking about weekend happy hours. That's why I'm happy. But how you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. Weekend happy hours. I mean, yeah, that's getting away from sort of the after work crowd, but it's Vegas, right? Like, people get off work at any hour, any time, any day of the week. So it makes sense you have weekend happy hours.
Yeah, it's again, Vegas is not your typical city. So you're thinking, hey, after work, I'm going to go grab a drink before I'm on my way home to see the kids. But in Vegas, happy hours happen on the weekends too. And there's a lot of them, and some really good ones too. So, if you're thinking you want a good happy hour on the weekend, and look, I don't want to confuse anyone here because I love a good brunch, but there's a lot of people ask me, it's like, well, instead of a brunch, which is kind of a big, it's a big ask.
Yeah, but brunch in Vegas is like a lot of to do.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, I can sleep in a little bit, do a little later, have a little lighter bites, maybe a little lighter on the wallet, whatever it is, but are there any good happy hours on the weekend? And the answer is yes. Go-tos that I have, STK Steakhouse on the Strip at the Cosmopolitan. So happy hours on the weekends, conveniently, between 2:30 and 5:30. So you're good, earlier in the day, all the way rolling up until dinner. Yeah. So it's perfect time today for a late brunch, early dinner kind of thing.
So what do they have during those hours?
So again, what I like about the STK happy hour is it's not just on weekends, but it's super simple to remember. $7, 7 items, 7 days a week, including weekends. So we're talking top shelf cocktails. Cocktails are $12 and the wines are $10, but top shelf. These are really good signature cocktails and martinis and whatever you use. But for $7 for the food items, salmon sliders, grilled chimney fillets, little burgers with truffle fries, beef tartare, miso glazed Chilean sea bass. Nothing says a good, awesome happy hour like that kind of selection, and more to it. So definitely STK on the happy hour list for the weekend.
Cool. And we love STK. We love Chef Stephen Hopcraft. I've known him for about 100 years. He's absolutely fantastic. So always good excuse to go back there and try some of his food. What else do you have for us?
All right, we're going a little further down the road. We're going to the Arts District, Main Street and the corner of Colorado. Great little spot called Palette. If you don't know Palette, never been there, Saturday's happy hour. They don't have happy hour on Sundays, just on Saturdays, 4 to 6 p.m. It's at the bar area only. We spoke to Rudy. He says, hey, look, if it gets busy, we open it up to the rest of the room. So no reason why you can't get there. But I have 4 reasons why you should go to Palette, in the Arts District for happy hour on a weekend. The vibe. The vibe interior is just, it's funky, it's modern, it's cool, it's eclectic. They've got an outdoor patio. So, the cooler months are coming along. You're going to be able to chill outside. Great people watching. Just a great energy, great vibe. They have live music there, not during happy hours. It starts at 6 o'clock, but all good there. Reason number 2, dog friendly. They actually have a puppy hour.
Oh, yeah. I've reported on their puppy hour. I tried to interview a dog that was eating at their puppy hour once. Didn't get him to talk, but did get the owners.
You probably got more out of it than some of the chefs you speak to, though.
Yeah, well, it depends on their moods. Absolutely, man. Dogs are usually happier than chefs.
This is true. But yeah, that puppy hour menu, charcuterie board for $10, puppertini for $5. It's pretty cool. I like that one. So,
is the puppy hours only one day a week, or is it every day?
It's every day, that they have happy hour. So they recommend calling in advance, just because if it gets busy, it's bar only. You can't sit outside and stuff like that. So you just got to make sure it's comfortable for your pups. But, pretty cool little addition to the happy hour scene. The human menu for happy hour is even more exciting. So you're talking oysters, coconut espuma, that little foamy stuff that comes on top that looks all fancy with smoked trout roe. You're talking pork buns with radish and special soda sauce. You're talking short rib fried rice, longanisa sliders, which is a Filipino sausage, I understand, and it is outstanding. These are all like $8, $9. And then of course the cocktails, the rose, the old fashioned, the $1 Million Baby, Copacabana. Like, this place has got it all. Eclectic, awesome, modern, cool, amazing happy hour. And like I said, I had 4 reasons. The 4th one is Rudy. Rudy is the man. He's co-owner. He loves his guests. He's an awesome guy all around. He's doing a great job. So tell him we say hi. Go to Palette.
Rudy is fantastic. If he's not there, Marissa will be there. Say hi to Marissa. She's great. And the chef, of course, is Chef Sterling Buckley, for many, many years with the Elizabeth Blau Group and running the Honey Salt Kitchen for a while. Yeah. He is beloved in Las Vegas. So, he's always a great guy. Say hi to him if you're there. Yeah. A couple other things I want to throw out. I mean, I love that this is available on the weekends, because to me, nothing's better than going to the Arts District and just going from spot to spot to spot. And, being able to get some happy hours is pretty cool on the weekends, right? And then, the other thing that's really cool there is they have a cookbook library, and you can actually check out your own cookbooks. So, and then return them, at your leisure, as they say. So I love Palette.
I love that. Maybe I'll learn more about the longanisa, Filipino sausages and whatever it is. There are multiple uses for that. But yeah, I love it. Great place. So, as usual, I have an entire list of happy hours on the weekends, and that includes reverse happy hours, folks. Remember, happy hours can start at 8 p.m. as well and go to close. So we got a whole exhaustive list of all the really good hotspots for happy hours on the weekends. Check it out, happyhourvegas.com.
And man, it is always great hearing from Andrew.
Yeah.
Happy hours, man. We love them, and everybody that says things are too expensive, go to these happy hours.
Right, exactly.
Go over to Happy Hour Vegas. Hey, Don, we were just kind of saying before the show started, and we forgot to get this into your section of what you've done recently, but you and I have been to the same drag brunch, and I really, really loved it. Can you tell people what your thoughts were on the Neonopolis, Chef Paco's place? I can't remember how to pronounce it right now.
Alebrijes. Alebrijes.
Alebrijes, yes.
Let's see. Viva Drag Brunch Vegas debuted about a month ago at Neonopolis on the 3rd level where Alebrijes was. It was crash and burn before that for about 2 seconds.
Before they crashed and burned?
Crashed and burned. So it's a brand new drag show by Jesus Nancy and his partner, Casey Kraken. I think I have the name wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway. So noteworthy drag queen Elliot with 2 T's was recently on
Yeah, apparently you have to say Elliot with two T's. I found out.
Yeah.
Was Elliot's parents, were Elliot's parents there when you went?
No.
Oh, is Elliot, her mother and stepfather were there.
Oh, how fun.
And and the mother said she'd been married 5 times or something, so she was a fun person to have.
Nice. Well, this drag brunch is really elevated because of Chef Paco Cortez. You know, if you go to any drag brunch in town, it's not to shade them. You're there for the entertainment. You're not there for the food. It's perfunctory. It's continental.
Yeah.
But with Chef Paco, I mean, he elevates it with just his incredible Mexican flavors. I mean, you get the scrambled eggs and bacon and sausage, but then you also get tacos and pulled pork and everything. So he really elevates the food there. So it's and for $65 and bottomless mimosa and a great buffet from him, it's really
I'm not mad at that.
No, we're talking about steals. It's a steal.
Yeah.
So I can't praise it enough, the restaurant. And the restaurant itself, I've gone there. I mean, he has grasshoppers.
Yes.
They're fantastic.
He had grasshoppers and ants.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah, not the drink, not the old-fashioned beverage, the grasshopper. We're talking we eat grasshoppers there, the flash fried, I think.
Crunchy and flavorful. It was great. So I'm a fan of that space and the drag brunch too.
You know what I also liked, and I mentioned this when I talked about going there, and this is not my hang-up, honestly. I promise you, this is not my hang-up. You give me pretty boys, I'll shove money in their G-strings. I'm fine with that, okay? But if drag is not the thing that makes you most comfortable in getting horny over, there are hot cis women. They're basically women and male dancers, just from other shows on the strip style. So there's somebody for everybody to get horny over, no matter what you're into.
I coincidentally, the last 5 out of the 6 Sundays I've gone to brunch. I think all of them have been drag except for one. But that's the thing. I mean,
there's that many drag brunches in Vegas?
No.
Okay, you just keep going back.
No, Viva, actually, you called me out for Viva Drag Brunch Vegas. I've gone for 3 out of their 4 opening weekends.
Oh, the only time I showed up is the only time you didn't go.
Well,
okay.
I knew you were going, so I had to avoid it.
A lot of people do that, man. A lot of people do that.
Right. But you're right. There's something for everyone. The food, the cocktails. With them, too, it's not only bottomless mimosas, but they have specialty cocktails that are great. And and the dancers, male and female, they're all beautiful and talented. So it's a fun time for drag shows in Las Vegas, an especially fun time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Okay. What else do we have? News. We got to do some news, man. Some news. There is a little bit. The wait is over. Bizarre Meat by Jose Andres. By the time you're listening to this podcast, they are now open in the Palazzo. The restaurant spent over a decade at the Sahara, which was kind of called the SLS when the steakhouse was opened. So it wasn't really at the Sahara all that time, but it was in that same fucking spot in that same building.
That's right.
And it's gone on to win countless awards. I'm excited to get back in there to see what they're doing at the new location. Of course, I'm excited what's coming into Sahara behind it, but we'll talk about that on another episode. I have a reservation next Friday, so we probably won't talk about my meal there for like 2 weeks on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about that. So, start making your reservations right fucking now. I mean, Jose Andres, Bizarre Meat is like, I don't like steakhouses. Steakhouses are like probably my least favorite style of restaurant, but that restaurant is one of my probably top 5 in Las Vegas because it's just such a temple to all things carnivorous, and the team just really knows. They know service inside out. They know ingredients inside out. They know fucking everything inside out.
They do.
Which is really cool. So
I mean, I agree wholeheartedly. Without reservation, will say it's definitely one of my top 5 steakhouses in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Cool. What else we got going on? The Girl Scouts of Nevada, I believe, will host their annual Dessert Before Dinner Gala on September 13th at Wynn Las Vegas. This is that event that begins, I'm saying, before you go in and take your seat in the big conference room and see what table number you have, you go to this other room where you walk around and you sample desserts. And these are desserts by Las Vegas's top pastry chefs, top female pastry chefs, I believe, because they're there to be role models for the Girl Scouts who are there. It's always a fantastic event. It is pricey. It's at Wynn Las Vegas this year. I've gone in the past. $600. That's I was looking for that number. And you can purchase them at girlscoutsnv.com. And honestly, look, I'm not going to tell you what kind of meal is worth $600, but you're supporting a fantastic cause. You get your basic, gala meal, right? Which we've all been to those galas. And those meals are good. There's a good team over there. But then before you even start that, you're stuff in your face
I
with
love it.
unique desserts, man. Have you been?
Oh, I was going to tell you, the one and only time I've been to that event, many years ago, it's at Caesar's Palace. Mm-hmm. Robin Leach was one of the honorees.
Oh, yeah.
And the desserts were great, but the most memorable part of that night is it became political. And the Democrats in the room were just bashing the Republicans. Robin and I, rest in peace, dear friends, we never talked politics because we were on opposite sides. But he got up there and basically told all the Democrats, to shut up. This is about desserts and Robin,
Robin will tell people to shut the fuck up.
No matter what, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, this is about Girl Scouts and a fundraiser. It's not about
what
politics.
What are we doing?
Yeah. So.
Okay, well, go to girlscoutsenvy.com. Do not talk politics at this event. Just stuff your face with fucking sweets. It will be awesome. Hey, Don just sent me this press release. Soul Belly Barbecue is preparing to open a location at Planet Hollywood. And actually not at Planet Hollywood. It's in the Miracle Mile shops at Planet Hollywood. It's going to be in their new food court, which is coming next year. That's about all I know about it. You know what? When we spoke to Bruce Kalman a couple months ago, he actually told us that when he came to Vegas, he was not planning to do barbecue. So that's amazing to me that he now has his second location. Here's that Bruce Cup, by the way.
I honestly was going to open an Italian restaurant and decided to open a barbecue spot. I felt like there was a void to fill in Vegas.
And I've just got a couple little things to throw out there. Egg Slut is coming to the Rio in late this year. There's a couple of places around the Strip, but this will be the only non-strip, I believe. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff going in there. We've talked about James Tree's High Steaks going in there.
And Naked Star Wars.
Yep.
There's
Naked Star Wars. That's right.
That's
that
all
show
I
is
need,
fantastic.
man.
Produced by our
Excellent.
friend Kim Foster's husband.
Yes,
Dave
absolutely.
Foster.
Although whoever produces Naked Star Wars, I'm going to go.
Right?
There's no way I'm not liking that. It's like the two things I wanted to see the most of when I was 12 years old. Naked people and Star Wars.
Right. All the things. So actually, this brings me back to something that you said earlier, Don. I mean, I feel like the Rio, since the sale, or however many sales at this point, I might get whiplash thinking about it. But I feel like, I'm going to use the word you use, like there's a renaissance happening at a couple of the hotels. And I would dare say here in the Flamingo as well. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I agree. I think Havana 1957 is so fantastic. Again, the only Cuban restaurant on the Strip, and it's so good, the energy, the food. And additionally, you have a Gordon Ramsay burger, you have Vanderpump, you have the pool, going through a big renovation too. So I think it's an exciting time to be at the Flamingo, at the Rio as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, that's the aspect people have to keep in mind about, the Strip is too fucking expensive, the Strip is too fucking expensive. I mean, we're having a problem drawing certain tourists. The rich people are clearly still coming, and that's why the Strip is expensive. But there are bargains to be had at places like the Rio, at places like the Flamingo. And if you're bitching about Las Vegas being too expensive and you're not spending time at the resorts that are in all price ranges, then you kind of got to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if somebody comes to me and they say, I was at, I don't know, let's talk about a decent resort, but it's not high end. I was at Luxor.
Yeah.
And I spent $45 for a cocktail. I'll be like, okay, that's bullshit, right? That should not happen. But if somebody starts with, I was at Wynn, then I'm like, just shut up. It's going to cost what it fucking costs, you know? We just had some dessert arrive as well.
Oh, my God. And from the lunch menu, I'm guessing this is going to be the homemade Cuban flan and the tres leches cake. They are both beautiful. My gosh. So Egg Slut's going in over at the Rio. Letitia's is now open in Boulder Station. That's the second station that she's doing that.
Very cool. Letitia, congratulations.
Yeah, came across my feed. I think they literally just opened this week as this drops, so I'm super excited to see that. And just wanted to shout out to our friends at Crush Pad. They're trying to do more events and live music and what they call date night. They have a whole calendar up on their websites. I believe that's crushpadlv.com.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, the food's here. The dessert has just arrived.
I know.
We should let people go, right?
I think so. We have to go dig in a little bit more, I think.
Don, tell people where they can find your stuff.
Okay.
Vegas. Talk about your new website. We got to promote. You got to promote here, man. Promote.
All right. Well, the relaunched website is vegaspublicity.com, and my social is at Don Chareunsy. Try to spell that.
We'll link it. Don't worry.
We should also tell people before we do the sign off that, of course, get all your news at foodandloathing.vegas. You get the podcast over there. It streams lots of news. We take a lot of the Neon Feast list of best ofs and we
do.
Spin them off into articles over there. We have Bob Barnes every single week doing his list of what's coming up in Las Vegas, which is awesome.
And keep an eye out this week because he's doing some special beer reporting this week. To celebrate the fact that Bad Beat is reopening, but they moved downtown away from Henderson. And there's a couple of other events happening. We haven't posted those yet. So, there's all kinds of information coming up.
And Bob Barnes got a lot of articles coming up with us. I think it may have been made for somebody else that isn't buying articles anymore. So I will swoop back in and we will buy those articles. We are all about that. So thank you, Bob. We should also tell you, get the list.vegas. We're contributing. Both myself and Andrew Morgan are contributing events over there. And I don't know, we're at a lot of different places. I was just on the CW this morning. Hopefully people saw us there. So there's a lot of places you can see us. Just look for Food and Loathing. Look for Neon Feast. Look for Happy Hour Vegas. Look for Vegas Publicity.
I love it.
Look for Gemini.
Yeah, Wishbone and Vine.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you to all of our hosts here at Havana 1957. Thanks to Chef Mike Torres. Thanks to our guest, Don Chareunsy. I fucked it up. Even after he fixed it, Don Chareunsy. You guys know me as Gemini Stevens, sitting here with Al Mancini, and on behalf of Rich Johnson, thank you for listening and stay hungry.